Any Given Sunday is a movie about the way that we can grow up and the ways we can learn to become better than what people expect from us. From the second, third string quarterback Willie Beeman is put in, the whole world has given up on him. He eventually surprises everyone with his skill and public charm, but other growth past expectations is present in the film. Beeman also grows past his coach Tony's expectations. Coach Tony telling Beeman that he needs to become the guy everyone's looking at first, the leader of the team who will support you when they understand you, who will break their ribs and their nose and their necks for you because they believe, because you make them believe. That's a quarterback. We eventually see Willie absolutely lead his team in the way Tony describes. When he takes over in the big playoff game after Cap gets hurt, we can see that he has grown to become that leader while still keeping his personal charm, even laughing about how the plays are the ones that coach is really calling this time. Tony is another character we see grow throughout the movie, while Christina is not a positive character, and I feel pulls away from the focus of the movie. She does give Tony a reason to grow. He goes from being stubborn and ignorant to the new ways that football is changing, to truly embracing the identity of his team. He also keeps his strong demeanor while still connecting to the players in the locker room, as we see with his famous inches speech. And the cinematography in this movie is absolutely amazing. The motion blur and the live action shots during the game is kind of something of a relic. I feel like it's a very nostalgic look that honestly should be brought back today because it makes you feel immersed in what you are watching. I also think using the rain during the last game to show Willie's impending benching is a great but subtle hint. Now, Shark storyline is one that can be a message to the NFL today. Don't let the health of your players be put at risk because the game will have lower ratings or be worse off without them. As an absolutely avid NFL fan, I know that the rules have been changing on how roughing the passer have been called and how helmet-to-helmet contact should be penalized. And I think both are being used as a really precautionary measure for this. Had this movie been put out today, I think the NFL may have even had a controversy internally and maybe even against the studio over a Shark story as a misrepresentation of the league. This movie was a fantastic watch. However, some things did still make it feel stale at times. Christina's character really confused me a lot, and her story arc was pretty clearly missing out a component that I feel might have been cut out by the director or the production team. She goes from being this slightly unlikable person, kind of pressuring Tony into making decisions that he doesn't believe in, to suddenly being in trouble with the whole league for wanting to move her team, and then to giving a speech at the end about how great her city is and how Tony is one of the best coaches of all time and will be honored by the Sharks for history. It feels very choppy, and I'm not sure as a viewer how to feel about her character, which is really an incorrect use of that feeling. There's times where you can have a character that confuses the viewer, but Christina is obviously not a very intended and clear use of that. Overall, though, I think this movie is an absolute classic. I know I go through and kind of dissect things, but really the football components had me enraptured by the team and all the personalities on and off the field. It's a movie that stands as an absolute testament that you can change yourself for the better, and in doing so, change your environment.